Hello, this is Dr. Berg.
Hello.
How are you?
Yes, my name is Neil Single. I have a question about my wife doesn't have a gallbladder, and how can she grow a new gallbladder?
Sometimes they have what's called a remnant gallbladder, but they usually don't grow back. But there's a tube that connects from the liver right to the small intestine. So as long as she, you know, maintains the production of bile, she'll be okay. But probably be helpful to take some purified bile salts because she's always going to be somewhat deficient, and then she won't get the full digestion of all the fats. So if she starts noticing that, let's say at night, she can't really see that well because the vitamin A is deficient, then she needs more bile salts. So yeah, usually they don't grow back. Sometimes they do, but rarely. So yeah.
Thank you for answering my question. Yeah, we already take the bile salt from your supplements. Actually, we use those every day. So thank you, Dr. Berg.
Good. You're welcome. Thanks for calling.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, doctor.
Sure. Hey guys, this is really cool. This really does work. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Great. Hey, this is amazing. This app is awesome. I can actually talk to you guys. So, what's your question?
This is amazing. Okay. First of all, thank you so much, Dr. Berg. My question is, I have been doing keto off and on. I haven't always stayed on the wagon, but I'm on now. I started experiencing about maybe 2-3 months ago, tingling in my feet and in my left hand, kind of where my pinky finger is at.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering, because I've listened to lots of your videos, if that might be a sign of some maybe neuropathy starting. I'm not diabetic, haven't been diagnosed, but I was getting fearful. I'm thinking, okay, I think my sugar is out of control.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, I started back on keto. So I was wondering, is there something else I need to be doing? I'm strictly following, but I was wondering, do I need to possibly get some medical testing done?
Well, I can give you my recommendations, but I can't really tell you whether to go to the doctor or not go to the doctor. But it sounds to me like it's a symptom of something called peripheral neuropathy from high sugar, because the high sugar tends to destroy the little tiny blood vessels to the nerve, and they show up in the feet and the hands first as kind of a alteration in touching and feeling. So it's really, really kind of a simple thing. I would get on keto in IF immediately and get a product called benfotiamine. It's a type of B1. It's a fat soluble that helps to heal the nerves. It's called benfotiamine, and that's one of the best ones that you could do. You can also do others, but I think that's like the easiest thing to do. And that should start to turn things around. But make sure you do the keto and IF very strictly right now, because that's like a indication that it's gone a little too far.
Okay. Thank you. Now, can I put down in nutritional yeast, because I do take that, or is that something separate? The
nutritional yeast is great, but if you have peripheral neuropathy, you need something a little stronger. This actually penetrates the nerves like about 20 times more, so it's a little bit different. But yeah, keep taking your nutritional yeast as well.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you so much. You're welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. This is great.
Yeah,
I'm going to turn down my other speaker so I don't
yeah,
echo.
I know. I have to tell
Fabulous.
people to do that. This is great.
Awesome. I've been keto since last August, and occasionally I'll do like a fast or a feast meal just to keep metabolism kind of on. But my main question here is adrenal fatigue. So I've been going in to see like a craniosacral therapist, acupuncture, or acupressure person, and I'm continuously experiencing adrenal fatigue. And so I put together my own plan last night of like removing dark chocolate from my diet. I think the caffeine, I may be very sensitive to that.
Yeah.
But any other suggestions or tests or anything, any other actions to take?
Yeah. Do you find, are you sleeping well? Or is there any problem sleeping?
For the most part, I sleep well. Like so I had the session yesterday, and then last night I can feel from kind of that adrenal area like surges of something that just kind of wakes me up suddenly. I don't know if that's epinephrine or, but.
Yeah. So here's a couple things. I would definitely there's a video to watch. It's called the Stress Webinar, and it's one of my videos. And I go through an actual technique to kind of extract stress from your body, and it's a do-it-yourself technique. I would definitely do that, but something like what you're describing is more of a either you're doing a little too much stimulants like caffeine, or with chocolate, there's another chemical that will keep you kind of wired. I would kind of, that's like the most obvious thing. I would eliminate that, bring that down. And I would also make sure that your minerals are real high, like potassium and magnesium, whether a lot of vegetables or electrolytes, just because those are calming minerals, and the nervous system could be kind of wound up.
Sure.
And there's so many other things you can do as well, but that would be the most obvious thing. And then, with adrenals, it's really a matter of doing long walks and making sure you get enough sleep. If you're not sleeping, there's nothing that you're going to do pill-wise to really rejuvenate that, because the sleep is really behind the adrenal issue.
Excellent. I've got my notes taken. Thank you so much, Dr. Berg. I appreciate the time and your knowledge sharing here. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Okay, cool. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. This is Dr. Berg. Did you have a question?
Hi, Doctor.
Hi.
Yes, sir. Hi, Dr. Berg. Hey,
Hi.
so I was wondering if maybe at some point you could get some more videos out about synthetic vitamins. I know you've done a lot about like synthetic vitamin C and how it's basically like eating rocks. I know how they can derive these synthetic vitamins from like baking soda and like calcium carbonate and things like this. So I was just curious, maybe you could do like more in depth on like other vitamins like A and synthetic like vitamin D, if that's a thing.
Sure. Yeah, I will do that. Because you have two sets of vitamins. You have the fat soluble vitamins, and if those are synthetic, those are way more dangerous than a water soluble. But if you're taking synthetic vitamin C, you'd have to take a good amount of it to create some imbalances. But there are some therapeutic benefits of taking short-term high doses. But I personally have met people who have taken like over 100,000 milligrams of vitamin C over a course of a couple of days and ended up with hemorrhoids and spider veins and all sorts of things, because the vitamin C is, I think it's meant to be consumed in a complex, and nature has provided it. So yeah, I'll do some more videos on that, and talking about the sources of vitamins. Most of the vitamins that are sold on the market are synthetic, and the only synthetic vitamin that I would take is either if you're doing a short-term detox or the benfotiamine. Benfotiamine is synthetic, but that's the one that doesn't seem to create any side effects. I've never seen that, just all positive things, because it's slightly different, and it's more of maybe a 4-month treatment, and then you're pretty much done. Sound cool?
Great. Yeah, I'll be looking out for the videos. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. Sure. And hey, guys, I have a new cooking channel. If you go to my website under channels, you can check it out. We're releasing one video every other day, so check it out. Hello, it's Dr. Berg.
Hello.
Oh,
let me pause my laptop here.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Hi,
Dr. Berg.
Hi. Yes.
Hi. My name's Dave, and I just want to say that since I started following the intermittent fasting plan, I've had ulcerative colitis for about 10 years.
Wow.
And the last time I had the last time that I had my colon checked, the doctor said it looked like I almost had never had ulcerative colitis. And I do take Humira. I've been taking Humira shots for approximately 5 or 6 years now. And so definitely the Humira has like helped out. But for about a couple of years, I've been doing intermittent fasting, like off and on. And when he asked me, like, what do you do? And I said, well, I'm an intermittent faster now, and I just really enjoy it. And so he even like talked about the possibility of coming off the Humira one day. And that's just my question. I told him, well, I'm in no hurry to come off the Humira. But I was just wondering if there has been some research out there on other people with, with like intestinal issues that have been totally cleared up from intermittent fasting.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. When you do intermittent fasting and even periodic prolonged fasting, there's all sorts of genetic things that kick in that basically are regrowing new intestinal cells, and you're restoring the lining. Because think about it, people are eating like this at this constant amount all the time, and they never give their system a chance to kind of turn off and reset. And so you start developing ulcers. So it's a great way to heal it. And honestly, I don't think if they don't detect any inflammation, you might want to experiment with your doc to see if you could come off and even get better, because who knows what it's doing side effect wise. But you're taking the anti-inflammatory. It's probably one of the most common anti-inflammatories that people take for autoimmune and inflammatory conditions. But yeah, intermittent fasting is just a powerful therapy, and it's very cheap. Actually, you just don't eat.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I've enjoyed that aspect of it, but I just thank you very much, because I watched a lot of videos, about every video you ever put out about the intermittent fasting, the autophagy, and I just I'm a true believer in it.
That's awesome.
I have felt the effect, so I just thank you very much for and putting out such scientific research on everything too.
Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it very much. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Hi, Dr. Berg.
Hi. Yes. Can you turn your speaker down a little bit on your computer?
I will do it right now.
Okay.
I'm in the chat as well. I'm sorry.
That's right.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, great.
Okay. So I work at a hospital, and I recently had the antibody test done, and it came back negative. And I'm currently in school now taking microbiology class. I'm learning a little bit about this as well. But I wanted to know it's obviously if you're negative, you supposedly haven't been exposed, but we're still finding out more and more about this virus.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that the virus could lie dormant and won't be detected by the antibody test?
Yeah, well, here's what happens. They check the antibodies, which just indicates if you've been infected, and then your immune system generated and created antibodies. So there's always a chance that there could be a false positive, but let's just say you weren't infected. That's all that means, and that's fine. And then now it's just a matter of you're in an environment which is very, very you're vulnerable to a lot of different microbes in your hospital. So the best thing that I would do if I were you is I would, use type of protective things, obviously, to avoid exposure. But the big thing is I would take minimally 20,000 IUs of vitamin D3 every single day, because that will increase your immune system majorly. I would take about 100 milligrams of zinc, and I would take a good amount of vitamin C, like a natural good vitamin C, like 200 milligrams. Keep that in your body every single day, because it's more protective. Make sure that your foods that you eat are definitely not sweets. I would do keto, and especially intermittent fasting, because they're finding that people that are vulnerable have all sorts of symptoms of metabolic disease. We got high blood pressure, we got obesity, we got diabetes. All those are symptoms of insulin resistance, which is kind of the common denominator. So if you were to, protect yourself against the blood sugar issues and take those nutrients, I think that's going to give you the unfair advantage to avoid getting this infection. And it's all about too, you're in an environment that's very, very concentrated with potential viruses versus like out being outside. So, it's, if someone, for example, coughs around you and you get a little bit of that virus, that would actually be better than getting a lot of concentration, because then your body would have a lot more mild symptoms. And that's really what determines if your immune system is good. What determines no symptoms, mild symptoms, and severe is the amount of exposure, viral exposure you get. So, it's all about strengthening the immune system and then at the same time preventing too much of that exposure to the virus. Does that make sense?
Perfect. It makes 100% sense. Thank you so much, Dr. Berg. And I do keto. Thanks to you, I've been pretty successful. I lost about 35 pounds.
Wow.
In 2 months. Yes. And I feel so much better. I was having knee problems, and I, lost the weight, and I'm not having some of the issues I were having before. The only thing is, I have high blood pressure. Recently, in the past, I would say year, my blood pressure has just been like pre-hypertension, and now it's like full-fledged. And this is before I started intermittent fasting and keto. But my parents genetically, I have a history of high blood pressure in my family. My mother and father both have it.
Okay.
So is there something that I can do to, I drink my apple cider vinegar every day. Are there other things I can implement to lower my blood pressure?
There's two things. And by the way, anything that I say is obviously not meant to replace medical care, but this is my opinion, and this is what I would try with the help of your doc. I would try a bit higher amounts of vitamin D, because vitamin D is one of the most powerful things for hypertension. And I'm talking about 30,000 IUs a day. That's not outrageous at all. So 30,000 IUs a day, unless you can get a lot of sun. But I probably would take that, and that should start bringing it down. If it doesn't bring it all the way down, then I would add about 1,000 milligrams of potassium as a supplement, in addition to your big salads every day, because it's the combination of enough potassium and vitamin D that will usually bring this thing down. So try those things, and let me know if it works. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Wow, this thing is so amazing. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, Dr. Berg.
Hi.
Thanks for answering my call. I'm going to try to explain my symptoms to the best of my ability. I just want to say thank you for saving me and my mother's life with keto, by the way.
Oh, my pleasure.
So what's been going on is that I've been on keto since the beginning of January of 2020.
Yeah.
And as of the first week of April, I've been having these symptoms of whenever I wake up, I'll be very dizzy. And I've noticed whenever I'm just laying down, I'm very dizzy. However, if I keep moving, my dizziness will slowly start to go away. And it will come and go. I'm taking all the supplements of what you've recommended over the years. But I'm just trying to really explain the dizziness symptoms. So it feels like it's almost in the back of my head as well. So you know how whenever you can feel your own pulse, it seems like with every pulse in the back of the head, it feels like it's just like a headache without pain, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
So I've done that. Yeah. So.
Okay. So there's a couple things that you might want to try. Number one, find a very, very good chiropractor that does upper cervical type work, because a lot of times they can help that, especially if it's in the back of the head or the neck. Let's say that does not work, and you're still getting this, and you're doing all the right things, and you're taking nutrition. Then you're missing information, so you have to kind of get more data, and so you have to get a test. And the problem is, what type of test would you get for something like that? you'd want to find a neurologist that can evaluate your autonomic nervous system. So write that down, autonomic nervous system. There's certain tests that they can do, like on a table, to put you in different positions and see if there's just any type of problem with either the sympathetic or the parasympathetic nervous system, which is located in the back of the neck. The parasympathetic is located there, because right now it's kind of a mystery. So you could try things, but if you do a brain scan or MRI, that's just like, I think that's just inappropriate. It's way too much of a expensive test. I think the best thing to do is, just get your autonomic nervous system measured. A neurologist can do that to find out if there's anything kind of out of whack there, and then call me back, whatever they find.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, because I even watched your video, and I thought it was something as silly as like, oh, it's going to be a tumor or something. But I remember that you said like 90% of the time it could even be the gallbladder, as to 1% with the, a tumor or something as crazy as that. But dizziness is the only symptom I truly have. So
so it's kind of it's kind of something that, let's try to do the most obvious thing first. That's like, okay, there's some really good chiros out there that can help you. That you'd be surprised that I've had people like, 6 years of dizziness, and then you work on them, it goes away. And so I would try something like that, because it's a no-brainer.
Oh, okay, excellent. Yeah, because I did actually go to one yesterday, and right after the session, I was like, oh yeah, I feel a little bit, I feel better. But then as time went on, it kind of like retracted back to that same old feeling.
Okay.
So yeah.
you might want to just give it a little more time, because especially if it's been going on for a while. But if it doesn't handle within several weeks, and then you're like, okay, let's dig deeper into what's going on.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you, Dr. Berg. Your work, and you actually truly did save me and my mother's life. My mother actually recommended your videos on hypoglycemia in the first place. So
oh wow,
I'm 26 now, but what's funny is that last year I truly thought, I ignored your videos at first. I'm like, oh no, it couldn't be as simple as eating keto. And I just remembered I was at work. I used to work for AT&T at the time, and if I did not eat, I would literally go in a shaking spasm of sweating, and I needed to literally lay down in the back room of where I worked. And I rushed to Chick-fil-A, and I would eat massive amounts of carbs, and it would be a vicious cycle. And eventually I just said, okay, enough is enough. If I die from trying keto, then it was worth it in the first place, because this is no way to live. So your life, everything that you said with keto, I followed to a T, and it saved my life. Truly, it saved my life. I can go as many days as I want without eating.
Wow.
And and you've motivated me beyond your comprehension, I would say. You've motivated me. I'm just shocked.
Thank you.
Still shocked to this day. Absolutely.
I appreciate that.
Thank you for everything, Dr.
I want to say one last thing, because I just thought of this too. I don't know how much you're into the EMF, the electromagnetic frequency stuff, but there's a meter that I bought, and I started playing around with it, and I'm going through my house, and I'm like, okay, definitely the computer, I got to handle that. And I go into my bedroom, and I go close to the head of my bedboard, and it's just going completely off the scale. And I realized that the electrical panel is in the basement, just underneath the bed, and I'm like, and all the wires come right through. I'm like, okay, I need, and so I slept the other way with my head on the opposite side, and it was like I slept an extra 2 hours. So also be aware there could be something like that going on, especially with in your house or wherever. And if that's it, that could be a real, like, oh, no wonder, because that could affect the brain as well.
Absolutely, and that is interesting to me, because I did just move into a new house, so that might be the situation.
Check it out.
So, yeah. Okay. Excellent. Thank you so much, Doctor. You're magnificent.
You're welcome. Hello.
Hey, Dr. Berg. This is Hank from Florida. Thanks for taking my call.
Hi, Hank. Sure. What was your question?
I have a question about blood pressure. My blood pressure is really high, and I have been doing the keto diet for about 1.5 years. I've lost about 40 pounds, but I still have real high blood pressure. I started taking some magnesium water and doing the deep breathing that I've read about, and that has lowered it, but I still stay up with a 180, 185 systolic and a 100 diastolic.
I think, there's something very, very powerful that's very, very natural. And it's very, very inexpensive. In fact, it's free. And it's called the sun and the vitamin D that it can give you. If you were to get a good amount of sun, or even take the supplement vitamin D, and I'm talking about at least 20,000 international units of vitamin D3, honestly, that should bring the blood pressure down very nicely. If it doesn't bring it down 100%, then you need to add in potassium. Magnesium does help, but potassium is a little bit more important for blood pressure because without potassium, it stiffens the arteries. So if you took 1,000 milligrams of potassium every day with a good huge salad, like I'm talking a huge one, that'll give you the other minerals as well. That would be your best bet to bring blood pressure down. So try that. That's like,
okay.
Go ahead.
That sounds really good. I just started on your vitamin D3 and K2 that you sell there, and I haven't been on it really long enough to check to see if that's going to work. Where would you recommend a good source of potassium?
Take 4 of those. Okay, take 4 of those with your first meal. Okay, and then potassium. I would recommend my electrolyte powder. I would do the regular electrolyte powder. I have a sports one, but I wouldn't recommend that one unless you're sweating a lot. So just take the regular potassium, and I would take like 2 scoops a day, and that'll give you your potassium plus the value electrolytes. I think that would help a lot.
Okay, I can guarantee you that I'm not low in vitamin D3 because, as I stated, I'm in Florida and I'm out in the sun daily and probably 3 or 4 hours on the weekend playing golf.
Okay, so that's definitely not it. Then do the potassium. And then are you doing keto, sort of keto, or are you doing it like hardcore strict?
I'm doing sort of keto. I'm still on 2 meals a day.
Yeah.
And on the weekends, I will probably have a beer and some French fries.
Yeah.
But when I come home and check my ketones with my blood meter, I'm still at 0.5 to 0.7 millimoles.
Try an experiment, okay? Just for 2 weeks, okay? Just do it hardcore, like for real. And then just evaluate your blood pressure and just to see where it's at. I think you'll be quite surprised to do it for real, like hardcore, because even though you're showing ketones, we still want to have the benefits of not just ketones, but just the drop in insulin that's going to occur without having any of that stuff.
Sure, right.
Just try it.
I will. Thanks. That sounds like great advice. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thanks for all you do, too, Doc. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. What was your question?
Hey, how's it going? This
Good.
is Ideal Dominguez.
Hi.
This is Ideal Dominguez. I'm calling out of Florida. My situation is that I'm diabetic, type 2.
Okay.
I've been diabetic since 2007. Now, for the past about a year and a half, maybe 2, I've been on a very strict fasting and keto diet, which has helped a lot greatly to the point that I've been out of my medication. Now, the problem is that I'm still having the dawn effect. When I wake up, I check my sugar levels, and for some reason, it's between maybe 125 and like maybe 145. But like during the day, it seems to be fine, like between 90s and like 100s, like low hundreds.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other problem is that I'm 5'9" and about 125, maybe 130, and I'm still having trouble gaining weight. I eat about maybe 2,000, maybe 2,500 calories a day.
Okay. It is you're stuck in a rock and a hard place because if you do more aggressive fasting, you'll probably lose more weight. So
Yes.
I think the solution that I would do, especially in the morning when you get up, I think that the blood sugars are being made by your own liver, or it could be the cortisol. And I don't think that is a very serious problem. I think it's just something you're going to have to do this a little bit longer, do it more strict. And then I want you to try something tomorrow morning. I want you to, as soon as you get up, go exercise that extra sugar out of your body, burn it up, and bring that down right now. And then also do some things to support your liver, like milk thistle. That would be good. Increase cruciferous vegetables. And choline is a really good one as well for the liver, because that way your liver will be a little bit better and you'll produce less sugar. So try those things and then let me know how it works, okay?
Okay, so choline, exercise, and more
milk,
cruciferous greens, correct?
yes, and milk thistle. That's a really good one for the liver.
Milk, what again? I'm sorry?
Thistle, T-H-E, thistle. I can't even spell it. Milk thistle.
Thistle. Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Perfect.
Okay. Have a good one.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Sure. Hello.
Hello, Dr. Berg.
Hi. Yeah.
Hi. I had a question. I've been doing the fasting and the keto, and I've gotten great results from it. But however, I noticed that after it's maybe 4 days, 2 days, I can't perform at night.
Okay.
And I want to know what's I've taken the minerals as you have instructed on your videos, and I read in some scientific studies that doing the keto causes a 20 to 30% drop in testosterone. I don't know if that has something to do with it.
No, I would actually read this study yourself, and you're going to find that study is not very credible. But this is what I would do. I would. Are you taking any zinc?
I am occasionally. I do take zinc. I do take magnesium. I ordered this super zinc, but but I don't know if that's been. I don't know if that's been doing any. I noticed that when I do take a larger amount of zinc, I end up vomiting.
Okay.
So when I take a very small amount of zinc, I'm okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I just took some zinc right now. So.
You might need some of the other minerals too. So make sure you're taking a blend of trace minerals within the zinc. And then the other thing that I would do is don't focus on performance. I would focus on sleeping. Get a much deeper sleep. There's sleep aids out there you can take. You can get to bed a little earlier. You can take another nap. You can do things to get your body sleeping, but a more quality sleep will then cause more recovery, and those other hormones will come straight. I mean, like, they'll improve greatly. So I think that's what I would do. And then also, if you're taking any type of stimulants, like too much coffee or too much of this or that, that will also burn out those receptors for testosterone. Also,
really?
yeah. And hey, when you called, did you have to wait? Were you on hold for a while, or did you just call and I picked up?
No, I was on hold for a while.
Okay. So I just didn't know how it worked on the other side, but that's pretty cool. Okay, so go ahead and try those things, okay? And then let me know how it works.
So pretty much so since I'm an avid coffee drinker, I drink large amounts of coffee every single day.
Think about
what I should just.
Yeah, because this is what's happening. You're overstimulating your nervous system. So now it's like it never has a chance to kind of recover. So things kind of get burnt out, hormone-wise, neurotransmitter-wise, and so you want to cut back to 1 cup in the morning. Honestly, that probably will solve your problem within probably a couple weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
What if I switch to decaf? Would it help?
It's going to be better, for sure. Make sure it's an organic decaf. Yeah, it'll definitely help you.
Organic. Any brands you recommend?
I don't have any brand now.
Okay. Okay, Dr. Berg, thank you for your time, sir.
Hey, you're welcome. All right. Hello.
Okay. Okay, Dr. Berg, thank you for your time, sir.
Oh, can you turn down your computer? Yeah.
Hello.
Can you turn down your computer, please?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Dr. Berg. Thank
Hi.
you so much for taking my call. How are
Sure.
you? Yeah, I listened to your videos and I think they're very helpful.
Oh, good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah. So I have a question. Don't want to just talk so loud because of the neighbors. I tested positive for the COVID. I became ill, but not so serious. It wasn't that severe. I recovered. I'm in the process. I got a new infiltrate, which I hope it's they put me on antibiotics. At this point, I think it's resolving. So I went back after 20 days. I went to get tested. It's still showing positive. So what is my chances of being infected, or what do I need to do to clear this?
Well, here's the thing. Your immune system is going to start making antibodies against the virus. And so you can then be immune from it. But in the process of this happening, this infection, you want to let your immune system run its course and do everything you can to strengthen the immune system. So we're talking about vitamin D with a good amount of sun if you can, fresh air, and as well as zinc, like about, I would do about 50 to 75 milligrams of zinc every single day. And then you want a good whole food vitamin C. So vitamin D, zinc, and vitamin C. And then let your immune system run its course, to get plenty of sleep. If you have a fever, don't try to immediately do something to get rid of the fever, because what happens is the infection will go longer, because the fever is there to decrease the reproduction of the virus. So you want to get your immune system, just let it run its course. And if you don't have anything severe, that's a good thing. If you start getting severe symptoms, of course, then you have to get evaluated. But you kind of want to stay out of the hospital because it's so infected in that environment. And so those are some real simple things that you want to do right now. And definitely get on keto and intermittent fasting, because the complications of this COVID-19 viral thing is that it's a metabolic syndrome. Actually, if you have like the diabetes, blood pressure, all these other things, which is all related to insulin problems. If you get on keto and IF, you're going to bulletproof yourself a lot more. So it's time now to get motivated just to get healthy, and so you don't have all these pre-existing problems, which I have no idea if you have or don't have. But those are some general.
I just hypertension.
Hypertension? Well, then you definitely need the vitamin D, and you need potassium, lots of potassium, a lot of D, and then get on the keto and IF, intermittent fasting, and hopefully that will bring that down. But here's the thing: they're finding that a much larger group of the population has been infected or is getting infected than previously thought. I'm talking about on an order of magnitude up to 50 to 80 times more of the population. And what does that mean? It means that it's 50 to 80 times less dangerous than they thought. So that's good news. But until they've done the testing, they're not going to know. They're not going to be able to have that full understanding. But in certain, like in 2 universities in California, they did the test just recently, and they found this out. So, and also they did it in Germany, and they've done it in several other places in the world. So this is the good news. So I think you're going to be fine. But just let it, keep watching the videos, and then stay tuned for my webinar on the immune system, which is going to be very good. I spent probably 300 hours preparing for this one webinar that I'm going to be doing very shortly. So stay tuned for that, okay?
Okay. So I'll develop immunity over this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's
Okay.
you develop antibodies, and then guess what? And then you're not going to be reinfected.
Okay.
So you'll be bulletproof.
It's still confusing. Yeah, I have another test coming up on Monday, so I'm just hoping that from the 1st to Monday the 11th. So I'm hoping that I have to, like, I work in the healthcare field as well.
Yeah,
It's important for me to have two negatives.
What happened? You'll get tested, and then let's say you're positive, and then over a period of time you'll test negative because the immune system will take over and get rid of the viruses, and then you'll test positive for the antibodies, which are little things that are just sitting there waiting for the next time that virus comes in your body, and it's ready for it now because it has experience and it knows what to do, and it can prevent it from getting in your cells. So I think you're going to be okay.
Thank you, Dr. Berg.
You're welcome. Okay, guys, I really appreciate all your calls. This is awesome. Stay tuned. I'm going to be doing more of these. I'm going to do one of these a day. It's my new little cool gadget. I love it. Okay, have a good one.